Hey guys, HCGChica. Today is day 7 of P3 of round 4, and I just wanted to check in real quick to let you know things are still going good. I'm 125.8 this morning. It's zero point 0.8 under my LIW. I had my 3rd day back at CrossFit today in the last week. I'm definitely feeling really good there. I think I've lost very little ground, if any, when it comes to that. We had to do 3 rounds of interval training today, and it included doing 10 push-ups for each round, and I was able to do 10 full push-ups for each round, which made a total of 30. I did almost all of them on my toes, not on my knees. So, and when I left CrossFit to do my HCG round, I was up to, I think, six full push-ups, without going down to my knees. So now I can do like 8, and then I gotta take a little breather to do the last 2 to get to 10. But anyway, I was able to do almost, basically 30 total with rest and everything, but of full push-ups. So I was really excited about that. Other than that, my Omron body fat monitor that I use, it's my handheld one that I talk about all the time. It showed that my body fat went up by 1 pound 2 days ago, and it showed me the same thing today. So what I don't know is that because the Omron is really consistent on HCG, and it's still pretty consistent off of HCG, but there is definitely more fluctuations with it, and I kind of got used to those fluctuations while I was on between rounds. I think I was off for 4 months of HCG. I was off for 4 months, and so I kind of got used to those fluctuations. But now, of course, since I'm just starting P3, I'm starting over, so it's, I'm not exactly sure where I'm at. So I don't really know, like, if that's a true fat gain, even though, like, my weight's been kind of fluctuating within the right range, or if that's just because I went back to CrossFit and I have more in my intestines and, just those different variations that are going on my body now. I don't know if that's all that is. So I will find out for sure. I have my hydrostatic body fat test on Saturday. In just a few days, so I'll kind of find out a little more concretely where I'm at. I did kind of eat probably a larger amount than I should have yesterday and the day before, and I think that was due to me getting back on a little bit of thyroid medication and a little bit of cortisol, just to deal with my fatigue. And I think maybe I really don't need it right now. Possibly I dropped it today, and I definitely felt a difference right away in my hunger and my need to eat. I didn't feel nearly as, I just didn't feel that same urge to eat a lot today, thankfully, that I felt the last 2 days. And I've definitely noticed a link between my thyroid medication and how much I eat, because when I was able to finally get off my thyroid medication completely about a couple months ago now, I noticed my appetite really changed. Before that, I just was always, I think I've even talked about it on vlogs, like, man, why do I always need to eat so much? I don't know why. I just feel like I need to eat a lot. And when I got off, I started noticing, like, wow, I really don't eat nearly as much as I used to, just naturally. So it's nice to be able to have your thyroid in proper working condition and doing its job, because, as much as the medication helped me a lot through a difficult time when I needed it, there's still drawbacks, to things like that when it's just your body's always going to do it better. If it's doing it right, your body will, nothing can replace your body doing those different functions. So anyway, I'm totally all for thyroid medication, for sure. It gave me back 2 years of my life that I might have been without otherwise. But it's just kind of neat now to be at a point where I am kind of reversing what I had and getting so much healthier. So, and that's affected my appetite, which is nice to not need to eat as much. So hopefully that will continue now that I've dropped that stuff again. So anyway, I just got to watch Intuitive Peace for the first time. She's a YouTube vlogger, and I found out about her through Hebby Dobby, and she shouted me out today. Not actually me. She shouted out my legs. I was cracking up. That was really funny. It was really sweet. But anyway, yes, I do like my legs now. I don't think that I'm completely done with HCG, but I've liked my body at every point that I've been since I started this journey with HCG. When you get to be really heavy, you know, I'm 5'1", I got to 172 pounds. That's pretty heavy for someone of my height. I was basically I had to wear a size 18. So when you get to that point and you kind of lose all hope, and then when I did my first round and I lost, you know, 27 pounds, I was like, wow, I look great, you know, because it's such a big change, even though you're still overweight, maybe, or what have you, you're way less overweight than you were, and so you do look better. And I was really happy with myself, you know, for a good, you know, 8 weeks. And then I got kind of used to myself, and I was like, okay, I'm ready to do a little more work on my body, and you know, and then did my next rounds. And but each time I finish, I'm always like, I get to spend that time being happy in my body. Because there's always positive changes even if you're not fully done. And so just speaking though of being completely done, I do still have some abnormal fat for sure. And the reason I know this is because I have actually been at a place in my life where I think I didn't have too much abnormal fat. I was very lean, but very fit. And so I know what that looks like on my body, and I know how it feels, and it felt really good. So it'd be nice to get all the way back there, but it's definitely more difficult, I think, as you get older, but it's neat to have HCG to do it with, though. And I will say, back to my legs, this is going to be embarrassing. I think I'm going to have to stop talking about this. But I just want to mention it because, you know, for others out there, it is pretty amazing how HCG really does reshape your body. I have to mention it because, you know, I only lost like 7 pounds this round, and I didn't have as much loss in my waist area, and I do have stuff I need to lose there, but my legs did totally change shape. And, you know, even when I was really lean in high school, my legs always still had a certain look to them that to me was not very pleasing. You know, even for women with real thinner legs, it's nice to have like a shape to them, you know, a slightly curvaceous shape that's womanly. Even if it's solid muscle, it's like there's still supposed to be that shape, you know, where, you know, where there's the calf, your calf, and then it goes in at the knee and then back out to your quad. And it's like I never had that, you know, no matter how thin I was, it was like my legs were just kind of like these straight, you know, like, you know, trees or something. So, but now they do have a shape. Yeah, so, you know, they might get a little smaller on a future round, and that would be great, but right now I'm enjoying it, you know. So HCG totally does reshape your body, and it does get rid of stuff that you can't really get rid of any other way. So, anyway, that's my update for now. I hope everyone's doing good, and yeah, and if any of you guys don't know Intuitive Peace, you should go check her out because she's real vivacious, and she has some really neat insights because she actually did HCG like 5 years ago. And what's neat about her is that she she didn't start seriously overweight, so it's just a neat perspective because we have a lot of really good examples of people starting out at really high weights and losing 100 pounds. But it's also nice to see people that have just maybe 10 or 15 pounds, or that they're, the fat distribution on their body is not correct, which Dr. Simeon's talked about in his book, and how HCG can fix that. So she's a really good example of that. So it's nice to have all the different scenarios, especially for myself now that I'm getting smaller. That's kind of been a little question in my head. How far will HCG take me? I mean, what does HCG consider abnormal fat? you know? Um, so it definitely, when there's stuff hanging that you can grab onto, that tends to me to seem like abnormal fat, but I don't know how the HCG hormone, I don't know what it thinks. So, but I do know where I've been before as far as, having a certain leanness and being healthy. I was very healthy at that time, and I definitely had less fat than I have now. So, um, yeah, so it definitely was possible for my body. I just wasn't sure if HCG could get me there or not, but it seems like it may be possible, but that I'll have to be patient and not expect to lose it all super fast like you do when you have a lot more weight to lose. So anyway, that's my update for tonight, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.